Hey everyone, welcome back. So if you're a focused learner, someone who's looking to absolutely master your domain, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today we're unpacking this fascinating channel called Infoprations. We're going to explore exactly what this channel does, how they pull it off, and honestly why understanding their unique approach to data might literally be the most valuable thing you do today. Their whole premise is built on this simple yet super powerful idea: mastering your domain through data. We've combed through their entire content library, and we've distilled their strategy into this explainer so you can see exactly what they're bringing to the table.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Think about it. When you're faced with a massive choice, whether that's, in your personal life, steering a business, or looking at broad community policies, how do you actually make decisions that stick? Like, how do you ensure your choices are sustainable over the long haul? It's kind of a daunting question, right? In a world that is just completely full of noise and rapidly changing landscapes, finding a solid foundation for our choices is absolutely crucial. And frankly, it's more difficult than ever before. But this exact challenge is the entire reason Infoprations even exists.
To really get their approach, we need to look at their core mission statement directly from the channel. It goes like this: Infoprations brings data-driven information to people, businesses, and governments towards sustainable decision-making. Now notice how incredibly broad, yet totally crucial that target audience is. They aren't just talking to academics locked away in some ivory tower. No, they're packaging really complex, data-driven information and delivering it directly to us, everyday people. They're serving businesses looking for that competitive edge and governments who desperately need to implement policies that actually work in the real world. Basically, they're positioning themselves as this vital bridge between raw data and the practical, sustainable decisions we all have to make.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core value proposition of what they're really offering here. On one hand, you have guesswork, making decisions based on gut feelings, incomplete info, or just kind of following the crowd. It's incredibly risky, and let's be real, it rarely leads to sustainable outcomes. But contrast that with the Infoprations method, data-driven, sustainable decisions. By utilizing their channel to truly understand your domain, you're essentially stripping away all that emotion and the guesswork, and you're replacing it with hard facts and analytical rigor. It's really about moving from hoping you're right to actually knowing you're right.
So how do they actually teach you to do this? Well, looking through their library, their content naturally divides into two very distinct logical pillars. Here's pillar one: mastering research and academic data, because before you can make sweeping decisions, you really have to understand how to actually gather, process, and publish information the right way. Actually, it's a foundation. Infoprations provides the actual quantitative tools and the academic frameworks you need to turn just a bunch of raw numbers into meaningful, actionable insights.
Just take a look at these specific video titles from their library. First up, we've got Basics of Using SPSS for Quantitative Data Analysis. Now, this isn't just a brief surface-level overview. It's a comprehensive, nearly 38-minute short lecture on literally one of the most vital software tools used to uncover hidden patterns in statistical research today. Then you have Unlock the Secrets to Rapid Academic Success, the publication playbook. Instead of making you wade through hours of fluffy content, this playbook offers the exact shortcuts to get your research properly structured and, more importantly, recognized by your academic peers. So if you're trying to master quantitative data, these specific resources give you the exact step-by-step playbooks to do exactly that.
Let's move on, because raw data on its own isn't enough, right? You have to actually apply it to the real world. And that brings us to Pillar 2, fact-checking and community impact. This is where the channel takes all that intense academic rigor and applies it directly to regional information integrity and community building. They are literally taking the data out of the spreadsheets and dropping it right into the cultural conversation.
These specific examples perfectly isolate the channel's dedication to real-world regional impact. You have Fact Check Nigeria, which tackles vital regional information integrity head-on in a super detailed 20-minute presentation to debunk local misinformation. You have Unmuting Voices, which speaks directly to community representation. And then check this out, you have the Simply Halal Community Knowledge Webinar Series 1. This is a massive 1.5-hour deep dive. It brilliantly showcases their commitment to deep, long-form community engagement. They aren't just making quick, clicky, sensational clips here. They are hosting comprehensive webinars to truly, deeply educate their audience. Now, you might be wondering exactly how massive this content library is to cover all of this. Well, Infoprations currently hosts exactly 8 videos. 8. Now, rather than seeing this as just a small channel, you really have to frame it as a highly curated, incredibly dense, zero-fluff library of pure value. As a focused learner, you don't want to sift through hundreds of irrelevant, spammy videos to find what you need, right? In just 8 uploads, they managed to cover software tutorials, academic publishing strategies, regional fact-checking, and those massive deep dive community webinars. Every single piece of content has a very specific, totally deliberate purpose.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that right now, their subscriber count sits at just 15. Yeah, 15. In a massive ecosystem of clickbait online content, finding a channel that's producing 90-minute educational webinars with such an intimate audience is incredibly rare. It means you're accessing unfiltered, highly specialized academic insights in a super tight-knit community. You get to be part of an intimate audience learning cutting-edge data analysis and community impact strategies basically right at the ground floor, right at the inception of the project.
So the crucial point here is, how do you actually use this resource today to truly understand your domain? Well, we've laid out a super clear, actionable 3-step path based directly on their library. Step 1, go watch their video titled Infoprations Data to Impact. It's a quick under 6-minute watch that will perfectly set your foundational understanding of their whole methodology. Step 2, dive straight into their SPSS lecture to actually learn the hard skills of quantitative data analysis. And step 3, subscribe to the channel so you absolutely do not miss whatever high-impact, zero-fluff piece of content they drop next.
Which leaves us with one final thought. We started this explainer by asking how you make sustainable decisions in your domain, and we've seen how Infoprations totally strips away the guesswork and arms you with both the academic tools and the real-world frameworks to rely on solid, concrete data. So, knowing the sheer density of value sitting in those 8 videos, will you make your very next sustainable decision by seeking them out and hitting subscribe? Honestly, the data certainly suggests it would be a pretty smart move. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I will catch you in the next explainer.